217 Recovery Podcast, 19th of October, 2019. My name is Corey Winfield.
And I'm Ryan Beckman.
How are you today, Ryan Beckman?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, Corey Winfield?
Oh, man, I'm doing so awesome today.
You had a great day?
It was a great day, man. It started off with frustration, then a little resentment, then anger, then more frustration, then
relief.
Acceptance. I accepted it. I did, man. It was very frustrating, confusing, and then I was just mad, man. We got a different pay system at work or something, and they're like, we can't do your direct deposit no more, like not this week. Okay, we'll cut you a check. Okay. Well, I go to take a picture of it and just upload it that way to my account, and it was like, my phone started saying check no good. I think I told you that yesterday. Check
messing no with good. Your lotto money.
Check no good. No check no good here. So it's like, all right, well, I'll go to that one store, the blue, yellow, and I go there, and the lady's like, oh, it's not. Oh, it's going through. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, no. For some reason, it won't let us do it. So, and I read up on the thing, like, if it's a business, I don't know, man. So I was frustrated. So I was like, well, I have $11 in my account. I have enough gas. Really, do I need it? No, but I want it. The money needs to go where it's supposed to go. Mm-hmm. And then I had another check I needed to deposit too, so I tried that one. Nope, not that one either. And I started thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, what if I go to the bank that I have the business account through, because at least I'm on that account and I could just cash it there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I leave my other job and I'm like, I got to run to the bank before noon. So I get there and she's like, yeah, no, can't cash these. I'm like, but my name's in the account. Yeah, but it's not made out to the business, it's made out to you, and since you're a something and not a something, and I was so mad. I just wanted to just start giving it to her, like, lady, you don't understand my frustration. Don't you know I'm rich and famous?
I gave it to somebody today.
Did you?
Yeah, them innovative credit repair, whatever. That lady calls up. What happened? I'm like, I'll tell you what happened. Well, they did a background on my credit. I had 3 things that were against it. Their job was to dispute them, and well, they did that last month, and they said, well, this month it's going to be 140, dispute these or whatever. And then I thought it was going to go down to like $40, but then it ends up being $99. I was like, I seen it as the transaction was pending still. I'm like, well, since I used my debit card, I couldn't cancel it, but, yeah, joke's on me.
Sound check it,
so,
1, 2.
Anyways, it went through, but I canceled. I called them right away when I seen it, and I'm like, no, I don't want this anymore. And the lady's like, well, what happened? I'm like, you guys are crooks. First of all, you can dispute these things on your own for free, and I just thought, $150, just get it out of my hair and have it done. But now you want to charge me another $100 on top of that for that, just doing that part of it, and you told me at first this was just, this is the first month, not, that was for the work we did last. No. You're trying to get double. I'm like, what do you guys, it was like an hour worth of work. You send out a couple emails and what do you get, $200 an hour? Forget you. She hung up on me after a while. Just came at her with the onslaught. She didn't even get like 2 words in.
That poor lady.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get I got my $100 worth of give it to that lady. Oh, yeah. So that's how that went.
You should have broke her down and be like, "That was my last $100."
I was beyond that. Plus, still feeling the frustrations from this past week and what happened to us the other day. I guess I never really talked about it. You had, I seen with your mom. But really, what happened was, first weekend we're at this peer recovery coach training, if you want to call it that, because it's not really state certified or anything. Corey was pretty much calling it out right from the gates. Like, he's like, ask Tori about it, like. I didn't want to, I thought, well, maybe he was giving me kind of the runaround about it, and you got to do this other stuff, blah blah blah, and then you will be, but no, they don't really have certified people. They're just like an after school program, and it's not really like you're in class. There's no testing, there's no check and balance. It's just a head count, and with that. I know that, so it doesn't really matter. And then you got to wait like 2 years before they'll even, you'll see someone face to face. So, I mean, what are they actually getting these people to do in the recovery community? They're basically not, they're like a Band-Aid on a bullet wound is what it's just a little seminar. And, well, me and Corey are no longer allowed to attend these little after school programs because we didn't play well with the other kids. And basically, some people said some things about us that were untrue. So we didn't want to hang out with them, and some more feelings were hurt. Corey was threatened. I was called Corey's little bee because I just do whatever he wants. So I'm like,
yeah, it's not funny.
No, I'm like, kind of offended you'd say something like that to me, but I make my own choices, and I stand by my friend, out of loyalty and out of my own self-dignity. Why am I going to go hang out with some people who are talking crap behind my back? That doesn't make sense to me either. So, yeah, and then I was just starting to think about it more, and I think it's because we were bagging on Whitmire a little too much, and like that NEMSAS is in her pocket, so they're their little cash cow. They don't want us ragging on her. And she's just these guys are working on everybody's good intentions, everybody's volunteer, but they're getting pensions, So the whole thing's a farce. Anyways, as far as I'm concerned, and it's not really helping the recovery community. Wimmer, if you want to do some damage control now, you contact 217. You start giving us some of this funding. We're going to do some real things like housing and transportation and things that people in the recovery community really need. So call us. My number is 906-360-8203, or we can continue to shoot holes in your whole program.
Wow. That's the gun.
So, with that, and I was never approached about anything that was said to me or to reconcile or even have it was just hearsay crap, and it was crap, and I'm sick of getting crapped on. And then kicked out of class or out of the after school program.
Yeah, I mean,
that's just my thoughts on it. How about you, Corey?
Well, I guess we'll talk about it now. Yeah, they, they called me, and by someone I considered, a friend in the recovery community, Tori, and I don't know if it was just his bosses said, "Hey, you have to call Corey because you have the relationship with him," but you have to break the news to him that 217 Recovery is no longer welcome back at any trainings. And I was taken aback by that.
Me too.
And I was real confused because he had asked me what had happened because there was some things that happened I didn't have anything to do with. And I was threatened, and I let him know that too. And I mean, oh man, where do I want to start with this? You know, there's so much stuff to talk about, and that I could really bring up and make pertinent points. And it just, I guess I was real confused by the fact that how he was lumping everybody in. You, Kendra, Anna. You know, if he says 217 recovery, the guy listening right now, you know, he said that the interviews that we did with people that were taking the recovery coach training, I don't understand why he said that those were just nonsense. And no, that those were things in recovery. You know, Nazareth, she said some really kind of deep things, and so did Kendra. And to say that they can't come back, Kendra and Anna, because they're part of 217 recovery. And you, I didn't understand what you had said on the podcast. You didn't say anything at all.
And I even said, I still like everybody, you know.
I think you stood up for Tom and for the whole thing when I gave it a 3 out of 10.
Everybody and anything. And even though I was the only one who was really offended and badgered and called names or whatever, I get that.
You know, you weren't even asked. You know, that kind of just...
Come on, man.
That just...
Come on.
Shows their character, man.
Yeah, and I think they just thought we were going to blow the cover on their little program.
Well, if you think about it, they want to just fly under the radar.
Yeah, that's all they want to do. But whatever. It's
not going to hurt us any. I mean,
no.
Jesus, that was the biggest waste of time in my life. I mean, it was a horrible 2 weekends. It really was. I mean, just sitting there in this class and then them telling you, oh, this is 7-day training. We're doing it in 5.
Yeah.
What? Or 4. How is that supposed to work? And it was bad. And I feel, and I'm serious about this, I feel dirty when I tell people, yeah, I'm a recovery coach. I don't even tell people because I don't feel like I am. I haven't even printed out my certificate. And you know how I love certificates. You do too. I didn't print it out.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's a scam.
Thing,
but yeah, it's
here's the thing, and here's why I say that. Let me justify, because there, like you said earlier, there's no checks and balances. There is no test at the end. You could have brought my cat into the room, and she could have got a certificate just for being there because she checked a box. My cat can check boxes, by the way. So, I mean, that seriously, that is the gist of it. So you're telling me that you care so much about the recovery community that you're going to go out there and train all these recovery coaches who, like Ryan said, cannot even coach anybody for 2 years. I mean, you can text them or something. Yeah, that's a real big help, huh? Mm-hmm. And yeah, you can do that now after these certificates, after sitting through these classes and maybe not even learning anything. So you're telling me that someone in recovery, in need of somebody, is going to be passed along a phone number, or how does this work? They're just going to go out and call themselves a recovery coach. Oh, I can be a recovery coach. Look, I got a certificate. There's no rules to follow. And that's why I'm pretty sure the state won't hire you with that kind of certificate because it is BS. Like the state, and that's good for the state too, that the fact that they have checks and balances, that they looked at this and said, no, like, yeah, you guys might want to go talk about some good things, but this is not equivalent to you now coaching someone and guiding them through life in addiction. That's BS. And if you think that you're going to take this training and become a recovery coach, I'm sorry, it's the CCAT training that's offered by NEMSAS. And it's just a waste of time, man. And I was talking to somebody about that too, and he said that he was glad that I rated him 3 out of 10. Because he said that if I would have went out and said, man, this is the best training ever, it's the greatest, he said that and then he wouldn't did the training and went through the same stuff. He said that
our integrity is on the line.
He said he wouldn't have believed the word out of my mouth. And we are real straight up when we do this stuff.
Yeah.
And
we're getting hard.
Yeah, we're getting hard, man. But no, so,
you guys.
And I don't know how much they get paid per person, $5-6 grand probably for completing it, maybe more. I don't know. Call them up and ask them. They're more than welcome to come on here and explain to us, all the things. But, like you said, when you start asking questions, I don't know if they're trained to just give you the runaround, but I can catch on to things pretty quick. And I was telling Rob this, because Joyce was telling us, oh, this, that. And I'm like, well, ask her. You can't do it. You can't do it if you're a felon. You can't do it if you have that. You can't do it if you've been to jail. I can't do it. I seriously can't do it because I'm on probation. So, but yet if you ask them, no, just come to the training. Just come to they just want to get you in the door, man. And that is not fair to people who are straight up in recovery looking for somebody. And again, kudos to the state of Michigan, actually, for not allowing them to have people with the CCAT training. And you might be sitting there going, I took the training and I think it's great. And that's cool, man. That's awesome. I've been to